Greetings, this is Charles Darwin, or the man who pretends to be Charles Darwin. I'm here to talk to you about the evolution of language. And I don't mean the evolution of languages, one language evolving from another, but the evolution of the capacity for language. That involved the evolution of the brain, but it also involved the evolution of those structures that produce the sounds that we use in language. Now, language has a lot of different sounds connected with it, and many of them are vowel sounds. And it's true that humans have the ability to produce a greater range of vowel sounds than other animal species. And that's because of our long larynx. And that allows us to produce high sounds and also produces low sounds, so that we're able to produce quite a range of vowel sounds. And some linguists said, well, that is the principal reason that we were able to evolve language, because of the vowel sounds. But then other linguists disagreed. They published a paper in a scientific journal, actually a letter, in which they said, it has come to our attention, and they used only one vowel sound, eh, and all the rest was consonants. And the funny thing is that everybody could read it. The entire meaning of the letter was conveyed just by the consonants. And so one is almost tempted to say that the vowels don't matter. Now, I found that to not really be true. I'm trying to learn French, and they have about 50 different vowel sounds. And if you use the wrong one, they'll act like they don't understand you. But for the most part, it's the consonants. But even the production of complex consonant sounds involve a lot of intricate detail of the tongue and the lips. The lips, let's start with the lips. Our lips, as mammals, our lips are able to produce a lot of different sounds, because unlike other animals that may just eat like this, meh, 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 like that, our young newborn mammals have to suckle, and they have lips that can get around the nipple, and so we have very manipulable lips, and that's why mammals as a whole were predetermined to a certain extent to develop language. But of course that's not the only thing. There is our tongues. Our tongues can produce a lot of complex movements. Now, we don't know when this first started in human evolution. For instance, if we could know what sort of lips and tongues Homo erectus, otherwise known as Homo ergaster, in Africa had, then we would be able to say whether they might have had language or not. Of course, the soft parts such as lips and tongues are not preserved in the fossil remains. However, the traces of nerves remain in the bones, and so if there's a lot of big nerves, then that would let us know that there was a lot of innervation to the tongue and lips. But if there was not much innervation, then we would say that they were not able to speak language. As you might expect in Homo erectus, it's sort of a little bit one, a little bit of the other, and we're not absolutely sure. But anyway, that's one of the things that led to our pre-adaptation to be able to produce the sounds in languages, our tongues and our lips. But you know, I'm here to add a third thing that has helped us to evolve the ability to have language, and that is our ability to get food. About 1.5 million years ago, we started cooking our food, and this was a revolution in calorie availability, that our food, instead of just eating it raw and being able to get a few calories from it, by cooking it, we released a lot more calories for our nutrition. There's been a lot written about it. My personal favorite is the book by Richard Wrangham called Catching Fire. I would recommend that. And I made a video on this subject a few years ago. You can look back for it. It's called Barbecue with Wranglin' Rich, referring to Rich Wrangham, of course. And anyway, but there's another thing, not just cooking our food, but also the way we eat it. Because we're able to manipulate our lips and our tongues, we're able to get into all of the little crevices and get every little bit of meat and every little bit of fat out of all of the crevices of the food that we eat, so that there's less of it to be thrown away. We work hard to get this food, to hunt it down, cut it up and to cook it, and then if we throw a lot of it away because we don't have the ability to get food out of those crevices, then we have a problem. And so that is my greasy fingers theory for the evolution of languages. This is Charles Darwin. Charlie, I'm in.